What's going on? Why do we have the car parked on the lawn?
Let me show you. Behold.
What's a Snuuzu?
Snuuzu is a mattress that goes in the back of your Model Y or Model 6.
So into mattresses for cars.
What? So what?
Well, they're just such a pain in the neck.
What are you talking about? You get to sleep in your car. It's super convenient.
I mean, why not just stay at a hotel?
Well, I mean, you could, but it's very expensive.
Yeah, but you get like a nice cozy bed and you get like air conditioning.
This is the nice cozy bed.
Okay.
This is a battery car, so you get air conditioning all night without having to leave an engine running. What more do you need?
I have one more thing you need.
What?
My back.
Huh?
That's not flat. So when I...
They've thought of it.
What do you mean they thought?
They've thought of it, so it takes into consideration that slight rise in the seats.
And I'll believe it when I see it.
All right, well...
You know what else? When I go to a hotel,
Uh-huh.
I don't have to take out a bed and roll it out and, I don't know, does this thing inflate?
It does inflate.
Okay, so I'll go get the air pump.
No. It's self-inflating. And it's self-deflating. So, I wanted to try it out, so we actually got one sent to us, and we're going to try it out today.
Wait, before we get started here, I already found a problem.
What?
It's taking up like half the back of the car, so I'm not going to be able to fit my luggage and stuff.
Designed to fit in the sub-trunk.
That's pretty good.
Snuuzu wanted this to fit in the sub-trunk, and I think, maybe, it'll fit in the front. You want to try it?
Yeah, I do, actually. I want to see how heavy it is. That's actually not that heavy.
No? It's like a luggage?
I think there's a good chance it will fit in the front.
Okay.
All right, so let's see if it fits in the front.
All right, so take a first aid kit.
All right. Will you look at that? I actually think it's going to fit. Ta-da! All right. You're winning me over slowly.
All right.
All right. Because, I mean, I will admit, a lot of times there's so much room in the back of the Y that I don't even use the front, so I could just dedicate this to either the sub-trunk or the front.
Exactly.
Oh, and are these the pillows?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh.
So, well, we'll wait on the pillows till we set up the
But they feel like right here.
They do.
That's kind of cool.
Right
Okay.
in the pockets.
All right, so I'm sure this is so complicated, I'm not going to have any idea how to do it. But you know what? I did just watch Tesla Jigsaw's version of this, and now that it's coming back to me, I don't think it's that complicated. I think I could actually do this myself.
Okay.
All right, so if I remember correctly, it's pretty simple. Oh, this is nice. They have the directions like right here. I don't have to have a piece of paper. Direction number 1 is direction of bag. This Tesla should be facing the same direction as yours. Perfect. Pull the handles and detach the bag. Pull the handles to detach the bag Velcro from the mattress. Unroll the bed, unroll the mattress towards the back of the car. I just have to do this, and then I think what he did was he just had this at the front.
Well, there you have it. It is not foolproof. Here's a fool, and here's the proof.
All right, so it's just upside down.
No, it's upside down and backwards. This is the head.
Oh,
You need to flip it that way.
gotcha. All right, well, let me do that again.
Okay. So just throw that end down that way
Okay.
and pull. That looks much better.
This is to prove that Will is smarter than me. All right, well, that was easy to fix.
You're supposed to unroll it,
Yeah?
and then when you unroll it, that was supposed to not be bunched up. It would just be perfect.
I mean, this would be right here, is what you're saying.
I guess.
Like that.
Sure. Okay.
I mean, I literally fixed it in 4 seconds. So
Okay.
if you're an idiot like me
Sure.
at the campsite, you can fix
Yeah.
it real quick.
You want to see the nice plush pillow top, what is this, memory foam?
Ooh.
Nice. You want to see that
does
up
feel
on top.
nice.
All right. So I'm going to move the seats forward just a little bit.
Yeah, because I think Will showed that you have to have those like pulled forward a bit.
That's enough to where you could drive away if you really had to.
Like if a bear was attacking you?
Yeah. So next, you're going to unbuckle those 4 buckles.
That's easy.
And now you hit the button on the pump.
See, this is where I bet you're wrong. I bet you have to go get a pump and attach it to the thing.
And let's see.
What?
Let's see. Inflate.
What?
Let's see it do it.
But you didn't even plug this in.
It's battery powered, baby.
It's filling up. Wait, so is this how they solved that problem with the little dip in the back?
Think so.
But yeah, you can hear the pump is like getting to the end of its thing. So like, I guess you kind of choose how much. Oh, it's really firm now.
Ooh. Ooh. It's cozy.
Oh, hey, how about one of those pillows?
Sure.
Wow, having the roof is really cool.
Yeah?
I never really get to take advantage of the roof.
Yeah, you're always being driven.
Yeah.
Here, let's see if you can, do the pillow all by yourself in there.
Is there a pump for this too?
I believe it's just memory foam.
Oh, look at that. So it's just these little straps on it, which are attached so they can't get lost, which is nice. And then, yeah, just give that a minute. I'm sure it's going to inflate, so to speak. But you know what you didn't think of?
What?
The car's kind of still at a slight angle, which I'm not used to sleeping in.
Which way is it?
I don't know. How would I know that?
Here you go.
What's a?
It's a level. All right. No.
Yeah, we're out of level. We gotta do that.
You want to nose down the car a bit?
Yeah, we
right.
do have a little kind of hill here.
Yeah, that's true. All right, here, I'm going to hand you the camera. We'll close you up.
Okay.
I'll make sure I don't run over your shoes, and we'll see how it goes. All right. So I can just fit inside and drive.
Okay.
I'm a bit smushed up to the front.
According to the level, the bed is level.
Interesting.
It's weird because I feel like my legs are up. Why don't you come back here too and see what you think?
All right.
Also, I will point out, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having your head a little bit elevated.
Yeah.
You know, then you're a couple inches taller than me.
I'm feeling like we've gone way too far.
Oh, really?
I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like, yeah, I'm off by about 5 degrees.
Okay. But it's not a bad thing. I think maybe it's a personal choice, but I feel like some people would rather probably have a little bit more head up.
Yeah.
So I think if you cut the difference, so don't go so nosedivey, go forward a couple feet, stop. But I mean, the good news is I don't have to sleep here, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh,
This is all.
actually, we're going to make you sleep here tonight.
What?
Just, for testing sake.
You can sleep here tonight.
No. Because, see, I've already slept in my car before.
Okay.
So I'm already used to it.
So you're volunteering me to sleep in it?
Yes. Well, I'm telling you.
Volunteering. It's really nice compared to, I remember doing episodes in your Model 3 where we talked about beds, and this was not possible. Like this whole aspect of sitting up or coming out the back or coming in the back, like it was, so that's really nice. Because I remember that having my legs be stuck in this little zone was kind of like not fun, but that's not the issue here. The other thing is this is really quality. Like the way they've designed everything just feels really posh, to use Will's term. So, I mean, I will agree to it. I will sleep here tonight, but I'm not promising that my back's gonna like it. So tomorrow, when my back's not good, you have to be in charge of like all the chores.
All right. Well, good night.
So you can actually put the seats pretty like comfortable. I thought you'd have to like have them so squished that you couldn't even sit up here, but you can.
For the driver, it's a little different.
Oh, because you get the steering wheel to contend.
Well, I mean, I haven't tried
You could lower the
changing the steering wheel up and in.
Oh, that's really helpful.
Yeah, and what you could do would
You could have the camping mode.
have a camping mode profile, so you could just put it into that.
But speaking of camping mode, you're going to take off, and when I'm asleep, I have this fear that 20 minutes after I'm sound asleep, if I get to that point, that the car will shut off and it'll start to get cold, and I'll wake up.
Well, let's look at that. You click camp.
Oh, that's easy. Car will stay on until battery reaches 20%. Sentry mode, security alarm, and walkaway lock will be disabled. Okay, so no security.
Okay.
But
So whatever you set this to,
it'll just stay on.
whatever you set that to, so you could set, right now it's set to auto, but you could set it to
Whatever your comfortable temperature is.
whatever your comfortable temperature is, and then
Nice. So I'll just do that before.
I believe so.
Nice. And what is keep?
It's very similar, but without the walkaway lock.
All right. Well, comment down below if you think that my back will be okay. All right. Sleepy time. Time to head out to the car. Got my most comfy blanket in the world that my sister gave me. I thought it should keep you warm. It's about 53 degrees out, which is a little chilly, but I've been warming up the car. Oh, the car's moving the seat back, which is not good. Gotta go tell it to stop doing that. Gotta move the seat up. And let's put it into sleepy mode. Camping mode is on. That's good. I'm gonna put the sheets on. I'll be back. All right, so I got the bottom sheet on. That was very easy. I love these lights in Model Y. And it's a nice 71 degrees in the car, which is perfect because it's like, 49 outside the car. I'm all set here. I don't know if you can see my super cozy blankets. And the lights are on. I'm actually looking forward to shutting off the lights so I can see if there's any stars tonight. Oh, and look at that. That just fired up for me. I'll turn the camera. Camping mode just went on there. You know what else is cool? Is you might be like, oh, what if you need to change the temperature in the middle of the night and you don't want to reach for the screen, which is a whole foot away? Well, you can just do it on your phone. Anyway, I had it at 71, but it's actually kind of warm, so I'm bringing it down to like 68, see how that feels. The HVAC is pretty quiet. I know that Will said it was a little bit loud for him, but I'm used to fans and stuff like that, so it should be fine. Anyway, I'm going to read for a little bit and then see if I can get to sleep.
Good morning. The time is 7:30. Didn't even have to set an alarm. Just woke up by the brightness. It is so quiet in here because it's quieter than my house. Like I cannot hear any cars driving by. I actually want to go back to bed. I'm surprised by how cozy it is. I don't know why I thought I was cold. Probably because every other time I've slept in a car, I've been cold.
Maybe I thought it was going to be uncomfortable because back in 2016, when Jesse and I were driving across the country, one of the first nights, I think it was the first night, we were in Pennsylvania, I think it was, and we tried sleeping in Sparky without any fancy beds or anything. And it was a complete fail. But this is really comfy. Okay, I just went, go back to bed. It's a little longer. All right, let's play a little Peter Gint, the morning song, but da 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 da. All right, let's see how he slept. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. What time is it?
It's like 8 o'clock.
I was saying to the camera earlier that I kind of had this idea in my head that it would be really cold and uncomfortable. I think that's because when we went on that cross-country trip back in 2016, remember the first night we stayed in I think it was Allentown or something?
We didn't stay, we just parked.
Well, we parked and we thought, oh, we'll just sleep in the back of the Model X.
Yeah.
And it was so uncomfortable, at least for me.
Yeah.
Because those seats don't fold down or anything.
Yeah.
So I think I was in the back, shoved up in a ball, and you were in the
Front seat was actually more comfortable, yeah.
And I think I just got it in my head from that day that don't sleep in a car. Because it was, I don't even think we had any kind of we want to use batteries. It was cold or something. And I think I set it to 67. And it was perfect 67 all night.
Yeah, it was cold tonight.
It was cold, but I thought not in here.
Yeah.
And then I also guess I thought that it was going to get really loud with bird sounds and cars and stuff. It is so quiet.
Yeah.
It's quieter than the house.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a perfect little bubble,
Okay.
So yeah,
How was the mattress?
that was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to get the car flat, because I think we did a good job yesterday of getting it flat.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really comfy, and I think you can even let out more or fill it more depending on how firm you like it. But I think we got it just right for me.
That's good.
So yeah, I was really surprised, and I'm waiting to see if my back hurts when I get up.
Okay. We'll see. All right, so I've been up and about for about an hour, and my back is fine.
Really?
Usually, this is the point in the morning where you're like, oh, that was a mistake.
Because, there's been times where we've gone to a motel or a hotel and you've slept in their bed and your back hurt the next morning.
Exactly. This is adjustable because of the air.
True.
But it has the memory foam or whatever this is on top.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the best of both worlds. I was thinking back to we've tried pretty much every bed there is, and they've all done a great job trying to solve the problem. But some of them came in like sections, like 4 sections, and so they just followed the contour. And like, I don't think you realize this, but when you go to bed, most of us don't want to follow any contour. We want the bed to contour to us.
It's true.
And the other problem was, because they needed to store it, they had little mattresses, no air, so just foam. And it depends on how you sleep. I think if you sleep on your back, that's easier. I'm like a side sleeper, so like a lot of my shoulder goes down and my hip goes down. So I think this bed really did the trick. That this was a really comfortable night's sleep.
And I think the other piece to this is that the Model Y is here. I think that when we were getting some of these earlier beds, they were meant for the Model 3, and the Model 3 had no clearance here. I mean,
Or the Model S. Like,
right.
Right.
But basically, you know, put the parcel shelf here and make it rigid.
Yeah.
That's what every Model 3 had, and it was very uncomfortable to sleep because it was like, it wasn't sharp, but like it was not round and smooth. So, you know, when I would side sleep, I would always hit it. And so that's what all those other mattresses were trying to do, is trying to keep you low enough that you wouldn't hit that thing. With Snuuzu, because they designed this, I mean, they have one for the Model 3, but we're trying this one for the Model Y. Because it's the Model Y and you have so much more room, they have come up way higher.
Yes.
And that allows you to go down further, and that allows for a much more comfortable night's sleep.
Last night, I kept like checking to make sure where's the top of the car? And then I realized I can flip and flop all I need to without hitting the car. Whereas I remember before, like you said, in the Model 3, okay, you got to plan out my flop, right? Because you would hit. So this was really comfortable. I can't speak to how comfortable it would be with 2 people. I think you really would have to know that other person carnally well to sleep with them, would be my guess.
Sure.
But that's fine. My only problem now, though, is that I think this is a problem with all of these beds, which is after you're done, packing it up. And I just am not looking forward to this, because I know I'm gonna have to stuff this thing into a little bag. And
Well, no, they've designed it to be easy. And I mean, again, this is
say easy, but I don't trust it.
okay. Well, let's give it a shot. Before we break it down, let me just talk about the sheets. You're obviously going to get some kind of sheet for this.
Yeah, I just threw this sheet is the wrong sheet, but
There's just a regular kind of bed sheet.
Right.
Now, you can unzip the top and throw this whole top in.
I was wondering about that, because I was thinking if you're just gonna sleep on it, say once or twice a year,
Right.
then maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. It depends on what you like to have. I mean, I like sheets, and they don't take up that much space. I just want to say it was really easy to put the sheet on. I brought everything in the car because there's this buggy moment that I think we all encounter, and I didn't want to sit out here with bugs going in. So I got myself in, and then I thought, oh, this is gonna take an hour. Took me a minute and a half.
Okay.
Like,
You get the sheets on?
Super easy, mainly because
With it all
with it all closed.
Okay.
Because you can sit on one half and you don't feel like you're hurting anything. You're not hurting your knees. So I just did this half, threw everything over here, did that half, done. Like,
Great.
it was really easy. And I just want to plug my sister for getting me this super comfy, and it's made by Fry. Oh my God. It's so warm and comfy, like, and it's the perfect size. So I don't know. We'll throw a link down below. I think that was great.
That's great.
All right, so I think what I'm going to do is, in this example, to give them the best shot, I'm going to take all the bedding off. It'll take a second. I'll throw it on the front seat, and then I'm going to just see if I'm an idiot. I was an idiot setting it up. I'm going to use my best smarts to put it back together.
Okay, sure. How were the pillows last night?
They were great.
Yeah?
It's a really good size. They come super squished,
Uh-huh.
but it only takes a couple minutes for them to fluff up. The greatest part, I guess, I'm already realizing, is that the bag is already attached.
Right.
Because normally this is where I go, where did I put the bag?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna push this button, and let's see, it says deflate. Wait, it's got a reverse?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was gonna have to like lay on it.
No, so this should.
Look at it, it's getting smaller. While that's deflating, I just want to say some nice design features in a Tesla is a first world problem. I went to bed, I tried to guess what would be the right temperature. I had set it in the car, 71, and then it was too warm. So then I was like, oh, I can't reach the screen. It's a foot away. Just took out my phone, changed the temperature. Like, pretty cool. You could just dial it in to exactly the right temperature.
Now, did the screen keep you up at night?
Screen does the little fire side for about 2 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Then it dims for like a minute, and then it goes to black.
Okay.
But it doesn't go pure black, which I thought was interesting. It goes, you know, like when you're watching an LED screen that's not pure black?
Yeah.
So I'm like, it has like a little word on it. I think it's amp mode.
Yeah.
I was like, shouldn't Tesla not do that to save energy? I also just want to say, I've slept on air mattresses before when you visit your uncle and you have to sleep on the air mattress, and they're ridiculously not comfortable because you're laying on vinyl. I did not feel like this was an air mattress at any point. I just thought it was a mattress, like with springs or foam or whatever.
Well, and I feel like a lot of times air mattresses, they want to be tall, so they fill way up, which means that when you sink in, you create this giant valley which you can't escape from.
Right.
If you make it comfortable, or you fill it up too high and then it's too firm. And so by having it be smushable and actually almost bottoming out, it seems like that's kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, they really got it right. It is made for this car. Because look at how the contour changed.
Yeah.
That was up a minute ago, and now it's down.
Yeah. All right. So do you think that it's fully, I guess the test will be if you can fold it in 3. I believe you roll it from the bottom.
Huh?
Oh, it's Velcroed right here.
Oh. Okay, so there's a little Velcro stuck up there. I undid that. So roll this.
So, I mean, if you had pulled, it would have come. You just don't want to break it.
Yeah, I just didn't know what was going on. And like, I don't know if I should be pushing like a Hercules here or if it's just...
I'll do what you think is right.
Yeah. Okay, look, I'm already in the bag.
Great.
Okay.
So then I think you...
Oh, wow, I could have like not rolled it this hard.
Okay.
Also, I could have put the bedding on it. Well, because I mean, look at this. Like, there's so much...
Oh, nice.
Space.
You're not stuffing it into anything. Maybe. Well, you don't want to go that way. You want to take the other zipper and bring it to the middle.
Oh, okay.
Make
Didn't
it
realize
easier.
I'm trying to show you the average idiot, which I am. Really nice zippers.
And then you have the buckles. So the buckles take the stress off of the zipper.
Oh, I see.
So that way the zipper doesn't fail.
Gotcha. So I put it in here. I made them a little bit long, and then I can pull them tight in a minute. I see. So now the zipper doesn't really...
It doesn't have anything to do with the stress. It goes straight onto the...
Oh, this is nice.
The webbing.
Do a little handle action. The Snuuzu on there. All right. So let's see if I can put it in the sub front trunk. Okay, I'm impressed.
Yeah?
Yeah. I really thought it was going to be a half an hour of swearing and, unzipping and fixing and had to do it just right. But like, I now feel like since that was my first full use that I could do it, like set it up in a minute, break it down in a minute.
Because that memory foam is so smushy, not only is it really comfortable, if it was just that memory foam, it wouldn't be comfortable. No. You need the air underneath it.
No, because I just want to point out, like, if you come over here, there's all these divisions and bumps and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Now I do want to talk about that gap between the front seats and the rear there. If you like are sitting up reading and you put your elbow there on the bed, yeah, there's not much support because there's nothing there. But in terms of sleeping, unless you're, I don't know, 6'5" or something and you need every last inch, I was able to put my whole body on what is essentially the platform.
Yeah.
So the bed doesn't really go much past that, but there is just a couple inches of like roll off. And I just want to be clear to everyone, like that isn't supported. I've seen some other systems where they try and get every last square inch. Maybe if you're tall enough, you need that. The other nice thing was last night, I was able to put the seats back to kind of a even further back position. But I did realize one little trick you are going to want to do, which is when I came out that last night, your seat, because the door opened, went into my mode or whatever and started back up.
Oh, I see.
So I'm not sure if I had to set a new like camping mode as my profile.
The car was too smart.
The car was too smart.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I just stopped it and it was fine. And it doesn't, even if it had come all the way back, it doesn't matter.
Because it's an air mattress.
Right. So, I mean, it's not like you have to be like, oh no, I'm breaking it.
Right.
But I just want to point that out, that you can actually have a pretty comfortable setup. Yeah. I mean, what's really kind of cool is that this shelf right here, I call it my shelf. You can put a book, you can put your phone, you can put your glasses, and it's easily accessible by both people in the bed. And then under here, I had my shoes. I think like that's a good place to put your shoes because in the morning you're going to get out kind of like this. I think you're going to be like this, and then you'll grab a shoe, put it on, hop out.
Yeah.
So it's a great place to put stuff, even like snacks and things you want to get at during the night.
Interesting. Because the mattress comes and takes up, a book to this room, but
also,
you can smush.
These little pockets are really handy for putting stuff into while you're in bed, you know, a book or whatever. And then these little lights, so I'll hit this one here and this one here.
Yep.
Along with these hooks.
Yep.
Are like,
Oh, finally a good use for those hooks.
Yeah, I mean, you get the light for reading.
Yep.
You get the hook for hanging stuff up.
Nice.
So yeah, it's really, and so nice because at night, instead of fumbling around for stuff, it's like right there.
Nice.
I'm really impressed with the pillows because of this. Really thoughtful design. So this morning when I'm done with the pillow, it's all memory foam. I roll it up. I just slip this around it and then throw it in this bag.
Nice.
And I feel like I'll get a lot of use out of the pillow, even on nights, days when you're not setting up the mattress. You might want the pillow in the front seat or something.
And now that you folded it up, it fits right in the side door.
Yeah.
Through the side trunk pocket.
Perfect. And everything is really well thought out with this. I don't know if it's the European design or whatever, but here's a typical situation, right? You've got something you just bought and it's got to go back in the original bag. And normally this takes half an hour and you have to like grunt or whatever. They made it so that it goes back in the bag.
And it's loose.
And it
means that you didn't have to be even as perfect as you did, but you can actually get it in there.
Right. It did its job.
Right.
And now I'm looking forward to using it again.
As opposed to like, oh, thank God it's back in the bag.
And the bag isn't one of those crappy, plasticky, crunchy, it's a nice bag that I look forward to using.
Yeah.
So I guess we should get to price. Yep. Because I think that's on everyone's mind right now. They know that this is a luxury mattress. So how much?
It's $899.
Okay, for both the 3 and the Y.
Yes, and that's just the mattress. If you want to throw in the pillows, it's about $100 extra.
Okay, so yeah, $998 I think I saw on their website.
Yeah.
And it's free shipping in the US.
Yes.
So that's cool. So you can get this in Europe and the US.
Yep.
All right, so I think that's the big question you're asking yourself right now. I can go on Amazon and I can buy a cheap Chinese mattress for like $75 or something. We've tried them. Why would I spend 10 times more on this bed? And that's up to you, right? Obviously, this is all according to how you live, but I'm just gonna walk through my decision-making process now that I've actually slept on it. I actually would look forward to doing this again. And so if we went on another road trip or something, I can see that maybe like it was a 10-day road trip, that maybe 2 of the nights I'd like to sleep in the car, which would save us hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Whereas before I would just tack that on to hotels.
Yep.
Because if the next day we're going to go, kayaking or something anyway, like who cares about showering? Now, if the next day we're going to be at some conference and we need to be, so this could fit in nicely and save some money, but also let us do more of an adventure. When you go to a hotel, that's the end of the adventure. It's just a hotel. This way, if one night we're like, oh, this is beautiful, let's just stay here. Yeah, it's free and it's beautiful.
I think that what the Snuuzu mattress really brings is just 2 elements. One is comfort, that you could actually sleep on it. You are the pickiest sleeper that I know.
Yeah, so let's go back to if I had a cheap Amazon mattress that is air mattress. The next morning I'd be grumpy and I'd be in pain and I wouldn't want to do anything. And I'd never want to do it again.
Well, and if you've hurt your back, then that's the end of the adventure as well.
Exactly.
It's worse because you'd rather be home.
They call it a hotel bed comfort and they are not lying. I've slept in tons of hotels, nice hotels, where the beds weren't as comfortable as this. It really is kind of hit or miss with hotels. And you know me, I only stay at certain brands of hotels now because I know their beds will be good enough. And this bed is that quality.
The other aspect is, depending on what you're doing, but most of the time it's going to be something like camping or a road trip, time is of the essence, and you're not necessarily thinking about that when you're planning for your trip. And what I mean by that is you are, packing up the car with all the stuff that you have, and how many times have you packed something that you really need at the bottom of a case or something like that?
Yeah, I saw the video of how easy it would be to set up, and I was skeptical because I thought that was like a well-trained ninja at doing it. And it turns out you don't have to be well-trained. It is well-designed.
Right. You unfurled it upside down and you're able to fix it within 10 seconds or something. The biggest thing to me is that it has the built-in pump.
Yeah. And depump.
Right. I've had to pump up the Cybertruck tent. I've had to pump up mattresses before. It is absolutely no fun because you got to stand there. Either you have a hand pump, which is obviously no fun, or you have the air pump and it's got this weird looking contraption that you stick into the thing and it doesn't fit. It will never fit. It doesn't ever fit, and you have to sit there holding it the whole time, and the whole time it's going and you're like, this sucks. With this, it was pretty darn quiet. Even though it made noise, you just press a button and you press another button.
Well, you know what else? You try and guess what firmness you'll need on a typical air mattress before you get in bed. And once you're in bed, that's pretty much it, because who wants to get out of bed? With this, we guessed, I was a little wrong. I was like, I'd like it a little softer. And I just did a little deflate for a second, got it perfect and I could have sat there all night and tweaked it if I wanted to.
And it was actually really smart, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, why did they put the pump at the head of the bed? Because you're going to be laying in it, idiot.
It was
Jeffy.
really well thought out.
Which I think is really smart.
And the fact that you don't have to plug it in.
Right.
I thought, oh, well, if it has a pump, we have to go run wires.
Right.
No, it's battery.
Most air mattresses, the orifice is like in a corner.
Yeah.
And so you're uncomfortable in the middle of the night, and you're not going to be able to refill it because you're going to have to go get the air pump and either like open everything up and start pumping, or you're going to have to plug back in that horrible air pump. With this, it's all set. The other thing is, let's just talk about air mattresses for a minute. I know that we've all slept on one before. This is nothing like it, because a normal air mattress, because they want it to be like 14 inches tall, as soon as you pump it to full, then it's like, oh, what a cool looking bed. And then you lay on it and you're like, this is too firm. Then you let out some air and the whole bed goes, I'm gonna crumple in on you. Yeah. And you create a giant valley. Because this air mattress is nice and thin, it doesn't feel like it's caving in. And plus you have that cushy layer on top.
Yeah, can we talk about that? So they really nailed it. They didn't just throw something on top. It's not like when you go to Walmart and you just throw a 1-inch thing on top. It's a quilted, like a real mattress, and it felt really wonderful. It felt luxurious. So they nailed it.
I almost feel like air mattress companies should take a leaf out of Snuuzu's book, have like the base of your typical air mattress, but then have another layer that pumps up, because that's really what this was, a nice like 3 or 4 inch.
Yeah, no, they nailed it. That's the thing though, you get what you pay for. So like if you're like, well, that's so expensive, well, yeah, you're gonna sleep on it. And the more, like, how many days would you like to spend on a typical air mattress? Like 0, right? Now I'm actually looking forward to doing this. So it means I'm going to have adventures in my car. So that's kind of the big thing, is think about yourself. And if this is just a one-off, sure, then maybe you can survive one night. But if it's something you'd like to do with your family, do it, because it's going to pay for itself. Those few nights that you won't spend in a hotel, well, you just paid for it.
Right. But if you want to go somewhere that's nice, that people want to go to at that time, then you're talking usually at least $125. Maybe you could find the seediest motel, and these days it might be $95. But again, there's going to be fees. There's going to be a resort fee.
Those beds have been slept on by 1,000 people.
Slept in?
No one's ever
slept in?
No one's ever slept on this but you.
Yeah. So I do think that this is a huge step up. Now, the biggest question to me is going to be, can 2 people sleep on this thing comfortably?
I think you have to know that person well.
Sure. I mean, I think it's a given that you're going to go camping with someone that you know well.
What I meant was it's 4'3" wide, and that's just the car. That's not their fault. It's what the car is. So measure it out on your floor, or go hop in your Model Y right now with someone. That's the space you've got. So it really depends if the 2 people are used to sleeping quietly, or whether they flail around or whatever. And that's really not the mattress's fault. That's just the space requirement. Because some people sleep on king-size beds, so.
Right. So, I mean, it really depends on what kind of bed you sleep on. If you sleep on a full, this is going to seem great. If you sleep on a queen, this might feel a little tight.
But for the night, most people can make do with whatever.
Right. Talk to me about, forget the mattress for a minute. Sleeping inside of a Model Y. You're next to a road where people do drive down, so this is not a secluded
I was so afraid that I would be woken up by noise.
I thought that cars and truck driving by would wake me up in the middle of the night. Because there's always some idiot on a loud car, right? Well, the Model Y, and this isn't even the new refresh one, is so quiet that I needed you to wake me up, basically. That was wonderful. The Model Y has so many things that we pointed out in the video of what make it a wonderful car to sleep in, that I'm like a convert.
The only thing that we did that was special was that we parked it nose down.
So if you're going to be in a flat world and you're like, oh no, the place I'm going won't have a hill. Well, do what Will did, our buddy Will at Tesla Jigsaw, and go check out his review, by the way, because you could see it in England. He brought, I think, a couple bricks with him, and then just drove the wheels up on the bricks. Really simple solution. You could go to Harbor Freight and get a couple ramps real cheap, and then wherever you are, you can get it right. I would also say practice this in your driveway, just so that you can feel comfortable with the whole setting up. Although, honestly, I didn't practice it, and it was easy. So, but getting the angle right, I think, is important, because we're used to all sleeping flat. And if it's off by a few degrees, our bodies feel it. So yeah, you can adjust that slightly, because the Model Y does have a slight incline. So you have to kind of counteract that.
So the back of the Model Y is, all the seats fold flat, but it's not flat, as anyone who's studied flatness knows. It's not one continuous plane, although it's close.
It's like that story I used to read to you at bedtime of the princess and the pea. She could feel the pea, even though it was many mattresses down.
Yes. How about with this one?
I did not know I was in the car. My brain was fooled.
And that's because of the air mattress part. It takes up all the little bumps and stuff.
But then I was worried this morning that I would have to lay on the mattress to get all the air out, and then every last bit. No, you just reverse the pump. It's got a button. Anti-flake. We waited like 90 seconds. And then I was still afraid because I thought, oh, I still didn't get enough air out. It won't fit back in the bag. But
there's plenty of room in this bag. So like if I unclip it, you'll see.
Oh yeah,
they made the bag big enough.
I mean, I honestly, so smart. You could keep a bottom sheet on the mattress if you wanted to, without having to take it off.
And that would speed up your setup and breakdown every day.
Although honestly, that only took me 90 seconds in the car too. So
interesting.
It was so easy. I can't believe I'm saying this. It sounds like an ad. You guys know, when we don't like something, we say it. When we like something, I really appreciate it. This was well designed, well built. Like, right. And I want to use it now. Everything down to even the bag is like sturdy. These bags are wonderful. Like, I am just really happy with this product. And I guess because I've gotten so used to kind of crappy products.
Crappy Chinese products. I mean, products where it's like, okay, once it's done, once it's all set up, it technically works.
Right.
But then
in a picture, it looks the same.
Right. But the bag is like they vacuum sealed it with a giant machine, and a giant machine with things that, stuff it in the bag, which means you're never going to get it back in there. And with this, it's like, yes, this is made to be set up and broken down every single day.
Other nice thing is the top can be zipped off and thrown into the wash. So after your 2-week camping trip where you got a little mud on it, whatever, it can be washed. Some people may choose to not even put sheets on it. Like if you're just going to use it for yourself for an occasional use, like don't bother with sheets, right? The other nice thing is just keep it in the car, because what if an adventure unfolds while you're off doing something cool? Like you go to grandma's house and you're like, oh, we could take this little side road and what do we find? Oh my God, it's beautiful. Let's stay here tonight. You don't feel dumb having it in the car because it's in the sub trunk or the frunk, two places that I normally don't fill up unless I'm going on a big trip. So like you can just bring it with you. Whereas with some of our previous models that we've tested, and I won't say their names, they took up the entire car. So you had to plan ahead. The other thing is, a lot of you might be like, I'll just go to Walmart, buy a real crappy mattress and just stuff it in the back. Well, it wasn't designed to fit in the back. So when you actually go to sleep that night and the sides rolled up and things like that,
either the sides will be rolled up, and which means you have even less horizontal space, or it's the right size on the feet side. Now you like roll over, and the way that Walmart air mattresses work is that like once you reach a critical point, just rolls you off.
I mean, look at Jesse's body or my body, right? There's the upper section, which needs more space, and there's a middle section that doesn't need so much space. And the Model Y works out perfectly for that because around the legs and hips, it comes in, but around the top section, you got way more space.
Yeah.
And the mattress was designed to fill that, which is really smart.
Mattress is 6'9" long, which is pretty darn tall. And for someone like me, who's almost 6 foot tall, you might be like, oh, so it's more bed than you need. But actually, I usually sleep with my hands above my head. And on smaller beds, it's a nightmare. And usually I have to stick my feet off the end of the bed, which you can't do in a Model Y. So it's nice that this is a nice long mattress that went further than the seats actually provide. And because of the air mattress that actually allows you to do that, I can comfortably sleep with my hands above my head like I do every night.
Another problem with typical air mattresses is that they don't have any cushion on top, whatever, so they don't breathe. And I know most of us don't spend much time thinking about mattresses and how they work, but this has the proper breathable material. So during the night when your body needs to sweat and do whatever it does it correctly. And that's what I noticed the other night. Why a bed feels good, that's one of the reasons. So when you're in one of those crappy beds, you're just like, this does not feel right, and you don't get a good night's sleep. Let's just talk about good night's sleep. You're only going to be on the planet for like a certain number of days, right?
And a third of your life is spent sleeping.
Exactly. And then the rest of the time, you're recovering from the bad sleep you got. So I just feel like there is a value that is hard to put a dollar number on, but we do it, right? Because we know what a luxury hotel is versus a crappy hotel. And we know that a lot of that has to do with the comfort of the room. And so here, being able to set the temperature right and then getting the comfort of a nice bed really does change everything. And the thing I didn't really mention was I was looking up at the stars while I was reading and stuff. And like, you don't get that in a hotel room.
It's true.
It's a beautiful car to sleep in. I'm excited to get to this part of the review because here's normally where we give you an affiliate code. If you're interested in buying it, use our affiliate code. So here's our affiliate code. But guess what's going to happen, Jesse, when they use our affiliate code?
What?
We are not going to get the money from it. Okay. You know why?
Why?
Because our buddy Will over at Tesla Jigsaw turned us on to this. And I would love the money to go to him. He's a new YouTuber. I feel like this is paying it forward. We had lots of people help pay it forward when we were starting. So I want to pay it forward to Will. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't have believed it. He told us about it. And I want him to get, if you go out and buy one, he's going to get that referral credit that we would have gotten. And I hope someday we'll be able to see him either in the UK or here because of that extra money he gets, and him and I can do a drum off. So that's what I'm hoping to do. So use our code, which is going to go to Will. And I'm really glad that it is because it's a great product and he's excited about it and I'm excited about it. And I think you will be too.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching. And if you guys do end up getting the Snuuzu, come on back, leave a comment, let us know what you think. Everyone who's watching this review can now scroll down if it's been a few weeks, maybe a month, and they can see what other people have thought. And be sure to hit the subscribe button because we review lots of other cool stuff on this channel. We'll see you guys next time on Now Let's Review.